Frigid Night here as always. Going through Canto 9 of Limbus Company today. We got a bit of a tight schedule that I can't really afford to go much over. Crap. Means I can't. Let's see. Yeah, give me an extra 40%. Let's see. Charge and rupture, huh?
구조 분석기 가동. 작동 확인. 이 구조를 잘 기억해두라고. 모노리스 룰렛에서 꽝에 걸리면 내가 이렇게 바뀔 수도 있으니까. 취약점은 잘 체크해뒀다가.
Still going. So, you have to handle any abnormality management work? No, sir. I haven't been assigned anything yet. That's what researcher Yisang. Ah, yes. That's what researcher Yisang told me the other day. I see. Here, take this. Call it a tradition of sorts. I think the individual has made the most, aggressive projection of the day's expected yield by his copy for everyone in the team. Minding in the spirit of accuracy, it is the individual who has made the most far-fetched projection of today's expected yield. I'd rather not argue semantics when we're effectively saying the same thing. I sense no ulterior motive on your part to obscure the overwhelming margin of error in your calculations. Take the cup already, my hand's starting to burn. Oh, sorry. The dim hallway of coffee vending machine stands out with its conspicuous glow among the few flickering lights. The child and the other children, his teammates, are gathered around the coffee machine, each holding a cup as they always do during late night overtime. Tonight there are 4 of them, with the newly assigned researcher joining the circle. Miss Faust, perhaps you'd want to refrain from provoking our team leader so excessively. You are well aware that, were it not for the 3 procedural errors that have occurred earlier this day, the team leader's calculations would have aligned ideally. Oh wait. It was me, wasn't it? The work I did during my training today. You're not going to take this cup? The child casually pressed the coffee into the novice researcher's hands, preemptively stifling the newcomer's apology before it even escaped his lips, then lit up another cigarette. Another uncontrollable variable, I suppose. I don't normally factor in mistakes in my calculations regarding projects of this nature. It's my blind spot that these two often exploit to outmaneuver me in our wagers. I'm sorry. Not really something that warrants your apology, is it? The child took a sip of coffee and studied the newcomer with a calm expression. That composed gaze stirred a faint hope in the novice researcher that the research team chief might offer something encouraging, perhaps a remark or two about how everyone has to start somewhere and that mistakes are simply part of the journey. However, whether or not you're a natural-born genius is hardly variable within your control. The fault lies with me for expecting the best of humanity to perform at my level. Oh, I see. The newcomer could only stand there, stunned into silence. There's not a trace of arrogance in the child's tone. The child's words were delivered so matter-of-factly, as though he were stating some of the most obvious, common-sense facts about the world. I understand. As you have surely perceived, no ill intent resides in his speech. Does it sound as though I were being spiteful? Always. I suppose I'll try to be more mindful of that. If I can be bothered to, that is. The child smacked his lips and took another sip from the paper cup. The rest of the team had already heard him say that well over 30 times by now. Still, they didn't bother pointing it out. They knew, after all, that he was not someone who would change simply because someone suddenly decided to broach the subject of his attitude, which is why they dismissed the child's fleeting introspection with little more than a quiet scoff and decided to move on. They knew that the child could leave a rather unpleasant impression. They also knew that it only takes a brief time together for people to realize that he is, in fact, a man with a heart of gold. And that if anyone were ever to hear about the past he'd had to live through, an unpleasant first impression would melt into sympathy and a quiet wish for his peace of mind. I'm so sorry. A few days later, the familiar warning siren rang out, followed by the sound of hurried footsteps racing through the research team's hallway. I need to be so harsh on yourself. Confusing the managerial work with another has happened. Another has happened 3 or 4 times as a establishment of the LCE department. As a point of fact, however, the researchers responsible for those mistakes are no longer with us in this department. While the child and his teammates in Ego Gears dispatched Pekatula one by one, the novice researcher could only cower behind them, whether due to inexperience with the newly assigned Ego Gear or from sheer panic. Miss Faust, the most rational solution would be for me to handle the Pekatula irate. Then I leave it to you. That's the lunge in charge without warning. You'll want to make sure it doesn't reach your junior. There shall be no such concern. I'm sorry. No, this isn't time to be saying that. Good. Glad to see you recognize that. You've got time for apologies and you should observe and learn from your seniors. Don't trouble yourself with what I'm doing. It is, in any event, a caliber not easily attained by ordinary minds such as yours. I promise, once this is over, I'll focus on analyzing ego and do better. It's time I learn to carry my own weight. As you'll be carrying your body weight if you keep speaking as though you're leaving your last words. Chief Gregor, are you not yet finished? Almost done here. That statement has now been repeated 3 times. It's growing increasingly unreliable. Current damage rate stands at 23%. The gear won't hold for a while. You're overstating the danger. Previous durability test result remained within acceptable parameters up to 57%, didn't it? And around 41%, I believe the self-repair mechanism will activate. That test was conducted under controlled laboratory conditions. Its reliability is questionable. Which is why I'm out here engaging myself with the task of obtaining real combat data. Pekatula seldom manage to breach containment by themselves. The interference and influence of other abnormalities or distortions make this a rather frequent affair. And on such days, the child busies himself gathering fresh data for his research. Determinants of drugs that could not even become distortion, much less efflorescing an ego of their own. Textual descriptions alone prove sufficient to connect the dots during classroom Pekatula observation. From class 3 onward, would you not agree that the entities appear rather anomalous? The self should have been entirely lost and leaving behind only the manifestation of sins. One can't help but ask what manner of sinful life could possibly give rise to monsters such as these. As mere byproducts, too. Set aside your philosophical musings and lend us your aid first. Right. 91%. Anyway, I imagine I'll soon rapidly answer through my own inquiry. We can revisit the subject then. Might you be arranging another experiment that erodes your own life in the process? The deceased employee's corpse has been collected and transported to a designated site within the research facility. If my life is to conclude as nothing more than so tedious a line in a death report, I would much rather leave behind a corpus of data bearing my name. As a team leader, someday I'll develop the same conviction as you. Pay no heed to such words. You have scarcely donned that white coat for long, and already you would make it a burial shroud. I have no wish to be headed the death report of my junior. He took the words right out of my mouth, he's saying. Don't think I haven't noticed walking that fine line between fearlessness and foolishness, especially with those attunement level experiments. If anyone wishes to avoid receiving death reports, it would be me. Ornament minds should be made within their proper limits. Is that understood? Damage rate is at 43%. Fine. Scanner soon chimed with an alert. The child rose to his feet, dusting his knees as he cast his eyes upon swarms of Pekatula still searching through the hallway. Sparks of electric current crackled along his shoulders. As always, this sort of discussion is to be kept within the team. I trust you'll keep your mouth shut about it in front of others. For all the rotten reputation surrounding the child as a team leader, his team members readily accept him as their chief researcher for 2 reasons. First is that he's no empty talker. He is undeniably a real genius. Second is that I only allow myself to say these things to you because you're on my team. Beneath that frosty veneer, he is someone who cares more deeply for his team than anyone realizes. Just those two. What the heck does this one do? Tremor clock winding. Consume tremor count on self to inflict one more of tremor potency or count when inflicting them with this unit's skill or coin effects. Huh. Inflict fragile this turn on enemies that are hit by tremor burst from skill, coin, or passive effects. Does not stack the eager gifts that inflict fragile upon triggering tremor burst. Seems a bit pointless. Well, yeah, I mean, on its own it is. Let's see, bonus units. Okay. Let's see, I think that's the event for... Nope. This Kanto. Alright. Well, it's only 150, so I might as well... Oh, wait, that's right. Shit. Yeah, because you gotta use them. Alright. It's almost enough. Actually, no, that probably would be enough. I'd rather not blow it all on that, though. Yes, leveling up sinners can be this tedious. Okay, maybe not necessarily tedious. There we go. Alright, see how all the skills change. Alright. Plus 6% damage for every charge on self. Okay, so that one gains a lot of effects. Alright. So it kind of combines the two effects that it already has. Okay, so 36, I would need... $18. There we go. It gains that one. Plus 3% damage for every charge on self. Gain 5+ charge count. Oh, base power for that one goes up. There we go. Is that always the image?
채워지지 않을 공허를 남겨주지.
저게 모퉁이만 돌면
The
승강기예요.
elevator's just around that corner. Right. I can feel the golden bow's presence getting closer. Huh? Unlike before, however, the energy from the golden bow wasn't coming through clearly, as though layers of thin walls were blocking it.
당신.
You. Dinky Nurse Father stood in front of the elevator, holding the container full of golden bows. Just like before, she stood there without so much as a twitch, almost like she'd been expecting us. Can't hear me?
Can you hear me? I'd rather this not serve as my 11th monologue broadcast. I've even activated the signal amplifier for this.
들려.
Oh. Oh. Oops. Oh. Yeah, we read you. Good. Power will be fully restored on our side soon. The golden bows. Have you found them?
그래.
Yeah, they're right in front of
앞에
us.
있어. 문제는 우리 손에 들려 있지
Problem
않다는
is, they're not in our hands. We just found the woman who swiped the container and waiting in front of the elevator. I see. Can we keep her from...
Can you keep her from taking the elevator? Once the power's back on, she might escape to another floor.
Hohenheim's voice sounded off, trembling just a bit, like he was holding something back.
호hen하임군.
Hohenheim,
소리가
your voice. Are you alright?
I doubt things are any more pleasant on your side than they are here.
그건 그렇지만
Sure, but still, how's the situation there?
Let's focus on your own situation than mine.
그래.
Right, at least it's just a single enemy here. Well managed.
감히
Don't
긴장.
drop your guard. She's a nurse father.
아, 데리고 다니던
Which means she's on a whole
다르다.
different level from her lackey. Given our current numbers, even the sort of enemy we could normally beat would push us to our limits. If only I had all 12 sinners here with me, we might have had a better chance. That doesn't mean we're just going to be twiddling our thumbs while the enemy gets away with the golden bows right in front of our eyes. Be ready to die more than a few times.
분위기가 좋아 보이진 않는군요.
This doesn't look
싸우실
good.
겁니까?
Are you going to fight her? It seems
피할
unavoidable.
수는 없어. 제게도 적합한
I
에고
could have
장비가
assisted you had I
지급되었다면
been supplied with a
여러분을
suitable
도울 수
ego
있었을
gear.
것 같습니다. 제가 할 수 있는 것은
But it
없을
doesn't
것
look
같군요.
like there's anything I
죄송합니다.
can do here. I'm sorry.
그래.
Right, smart
그렇게
call.
소라,
Sora,
동기님께서는
you have that
이미 그
shackle-equipped
족쇄같이 생긴 에고를
shackle-shaped
가지셨으니
ego. Will be
도우실
helping
생각이시겠죠?
them, I assume? That must be a surprise if she will. I thought we were all going to take the elevator to escape together.
수감기를 타고
보다시피
As you can see, one of the assailants got the golden bows. But
하지만
she's got to
저거는
be really strong.
엄청 강할
All my colleagues
텐데요.
together wouldn't stand a chance against her.
제 동료들을
She'd
전부
stuff us out like
합쳐도
candles in the
저분
wind.
앞에서는
그걸 어떻게
How
아시죠?
do you know that?
됐어.
You get it. You
Sora
know how to
씨랑
just stay,
나비씨는 그냥
stay as
최대한
far
뒤에
back as you
숨어
can. You want to stay
적당히 몸을
behind
숨기고.
cover unless you want to get caught in the middle of it.
아니요.
No, I'll probably get scolded if I did that.
그렇다고 혼나는 건
I
싫어요.
don't want that. I've been
저는
doing a
지금까지
good job so far.
잘해오고
I just want to
있었고
be told I did okay.
칭찬만
소라,
Sora?
죄,
I'm so sorry,
죄송해요.
Mr. Ryan.
리엔 씨가
Mr. Ryan
가족을
said if I
만나면
ever met the family, I should help them. Just as Sora turned and rushed toward me, Yiseng and Marisol moved to block her. Ryoshu shoved me out of the way.
그래.
Yeah, I figured that.
시끄럽게 나오는구만.
That's how this would go down.
단테.
Dante. Ryoshu's sheathed blade came swinging down from with enough force to cut Sora down where she stood. No sooner had I heard the metallic rattle of chains behind me than sharp pain tore through my shoulder.
이 움직임. 내 놈이 검지 쪽 새 자객군.
That movement. You must be the Index Nurse Father's NC. Losing my balance, I crumpled to the floor. When I looked up, Sora's already braced for combat, slipping into a battle stance.
저는
I didn't want to hurt any of you,
해치려는
really.
생각이
I just
없었어요.
wanted to take the elevator and leave
기회가
with all of you.
된다면 승강 씨,
Well, but the
지령의
priest kept told me
뜻은
otherwise.
그래서는 안 된대요.
Besides, I do prefer to do what what Mr.
리엔 씨.
Freund wants.
역시
As expected, you're of the House of Spiders.
라비
I wish
씨에게
Robbie and I could have had that
바닐라
vanilla ice cream
아이스크림을
together.
소개시켜줄 수 있어. 다른
The other children were never that nice to me.
저한테
그저는 당신은
I mean, it was nice to you because he believed you were a colleague. Oh, right. That gear I had on,
거군요.
I borrowed it from a corpse.
다른 분의
But I guess
시체에서
Robbie
장비를
wouldn't
잠깐
have wanted
빌려
it in
입어본
the share vanilla ice cream with me
것뿐이었는데
after all.
라비군은
And Robbie,
뭐더 살 가망은 없어.
obliteration of forehead. Yeah,
무언의 협약을 통해
and we shall test
관리자님과
recognition the
신입
threat allowed
연구원을
us to
저자에게서
quickly
떨어뜨릴
distance the
수는
manager,
있었지만
the new hire away
둘을
from the
전부
assailant.
보호할 수 있을
However,
정도로
the
간단한
circumstances of the
기술은
attack
아니다.
forced us to choose one over the other. Robbie lay in the corner of the corridor, half his body torn apart.
시계. 일어설 수
Fuck.
있겠나?
Can you stand? Don't think so.
리더라고
You're the
하셔서
leader,
제일
so I
먼저
thought I should take you out
처리해야겠다고
first.
생각했어요.
Sorry.
우리 다
I
당신의 시계
really
소리
liked listening to the
듣기
TikTok. What
좋았는데
a shame. It sounded a bit like Mr. Rand's
아쉽네요.
pager. Sora gazed down at me, face drawn into a tearful pout as though she were genuinely apologetic. Too bad.
안타깝게도
No one here can fix your
당신이
wounds. It was hard to deny that. If only I had had more power, maybe Ravi could have been saved. At the very least, it wouldn't be this badly hurt. I probably should have done something too while Sinclair was going through his training.
그래도 째깍일 수는 있겠지.
You can still keep ticking, can't you? Yeah. But this isn't the time to dwell on what I could have done. First, I have to do what I must. What I can do now.
가족끼리는 서로 돕는 거랬어요.
Too onus. Deal plus 25% damage for every stack. Underflux ego, procuration state, and 1 stack final power plus 2. 2 stack final power plus 3 instead. What should I do? This questionable must be carried out unquestionably. Let's see. Skill power minus 2 against, and take plus 20% damage for the index enemies. Let's see, 2 onus cannot change targets. Yeah, Sinky does a huge Achilles heel for her. Gain shield equal to 20% max HP remains throughout the encounter. Gain prescript based on unlocked stage. Heal 15 SP and gain brace the prescript. Oof. How does she gain onus? It is said that the blade and fabric granted by the prescript unlock their power only when the prescript is executed. Let's see. Isn't it self-evident? Each word that the beeper grants is unquestionably beyond question. Okay, so she probably gets onus from a skill. See the prescript and undertake it. Its execution is etched as karma, drawn into a ceaseless cycle that circles back to the hand of its executor. Okay, there we go.
받아볼 텐가.
전 시퀀스 작동.
전격발.
이쪽이죠?
Probably shouldn't have had him clash with that coin,
태어난
shouldn't I?
곳으로 돌아가라.
Ironically, sinking is her Achilles heel as well, because she consumes SP every time she reloads. Okay. So it's him.
실험 중이니 변인 통지에는 주의하게.
Eh.
사고될 시간이다. 잔우에. 속삭.
How'd she gain that? Huh? Wait. Okay, he's got it.
키워보지.
Only using 2 syncing identities is proving to be enough to really keep her on the back foot.
이쪽이죠?
결정, 해금, 조언.
Uh-oh. That's ego!
싫어?
Are you certain? Yeah, I can feel it.
자신만의 이곳이
She's a thrust ego thrown before our paths crossed.
류엔 씨가 그러는데
Mr. Reed said manifesting ego isn't something just anyone can do. He said he's jealous of me. Having such an unshakable conviction about what's good and evil is nothing short of amazing, he said. Hearing that, I couldn't help thinking, even if the day the whole family's been waiting for comes, when my big sis, Yoshihide, finally comes home, maybe, just maybe, make an exception, let me stay. So, put in a good word for me with Mr. Rain, please. Tell him I've always done my best.
땡. 시작할게요.
I like this background music. Oh shoot, that's not good. Let's see, defense level down for every 10 stacks and 1 fragile for every 20. Oh, this is not good.
키워보지.
내 팔은 변해 있었어.
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오? 이런.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라. 살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라. 탕.
Well, Yi Sang's cooked.
하고들 시간이다. 잔우에.
통성대탄 일시방장.
이쪽이죠?
지원하지.
별, 시선, 거울, 벌레, 벼려진 검. 맞는 것 같아요. 지령은 여러분을 가리키고 있어요.
And unfortunately, I don't have a way to heal him. Wait, do I? Shit! At least that'll give him some healing.
받아볼 텐가.
Good thing that idea of good thing Gregor's ID there charges up for more reasons than one really fast.
내가 너를 위해 기도할 것이니 넌 반드시 부서진다.
방심했다. 알고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라.
피어나라.
이쪽이죠. 지령은 거스를 수 없어요.
At least she's attacking someone else now. Huh? See, by 3 award, coin power +4. Let's see. This skill staggers or defeats a target healed user and ally with least HP by 10% of max HP. She's got no stagger thresholds. Oh, great! Yeah, figured as much. Okay, so that would not, in fact, reduce her clashing power. Don't you freaking lie to me like that!
사고될 시간이다. 잔후에.
동 읽어줄까?
항상 지켜보고 있었지.
Favored my ass.
내가 너를 위해 기도할 것이니 넌 반드시 부서진다.
언젠가 만나게 된다면
I'd hope to offer you a more proper greeting should we ever meet.
만남은
First impressions matter a great deal, after all. Oh, good. Cavalry's here. Figure appeared from the direction that the weapon had flown in. Man brushed the dust from his coat as he walked it with unbothered ease, looking for all the world like the situation had nothing to do with him whatsoever. Yet this harpoon had already blasted Sora a good distance out of my sight even before the explosive sound could reach me.
하지만 상황이 예의를 차려 주지 않나. 그러니 간단한 소개만 하겠습니다.
Jinwoo? Is that you? Wait, he's got much the same kind of hairdo. Dude's freaking shredded. Similar fashion sense, too. Looks like he prefers swords and harpoons instead of knives, though. The situation, however, doesn't seem inclined to give me any room for proper courtesy. Hang on. I imagine it might have been a bit tough to hear me over the music. As good as it is! The situation, however, doesn't seem inclined to give me any room for proper courtesy. Allow me to keep this brief.
LCD 소속의
Vespa Crabro LCD. Ah, this is the guy Ezra mentioned. Hearing my ticking, Vespa briefly furrowed his brow in puzzlement before checking the watch he pulled from his pocket.
원래는
I was
팀장님
originally headed for the team leader's location.
상황이 좋지
But things looked bad enough here that I judged it best to provide a little backup. Comms are down. LCD probably isn't in a good spot either. You sure you're fine staying here?
팀장님께서는
The team leader always tells me it's high time I started thinking and deciding for myself. It'll be fine. She's not the sort to go down easily against someone on the level of an officer of the fingers. There are two of them. Which one should I take on? Go for glasses. Rigo's a nuisance. Could you please call me by my name, not glasses?
불러주시면
침입자 대부분이
Are most of the assailants at about their level?
그래.
Yeah, that or stronger.
죄송하게도
In that case, I must regrettably go back on what I said earlier. I'm starting to suspect our team leader might not be able to last as long as I thought. This is clearly an extraordinary circumstance, though that isn't anything new. We'll wrap things up here ASAP and return to the LCD team. Well, you big time if you can do that. The pinky nurse father remained perfectly still as she continued to fixate on us with her stare. She made no attempt to help Sora, nor did she look for another way out. She simply stood there, watching in silence, with the bundle of golden boughs in her grasp.
오래 걸리지는 않을
시선,
겁니다.
거울, 벌레, 벼려진 검. 맞는 것 같아요. 지령은 여러분을 가리키고 있어요.
Seriously? You gotta be kidding me. Gain 4 haste and 8 poise. Gain plus 3 poise count if the enemy has nested harpoon. For every type of negative effect on target. Let's see. Gain 2 Epic Flash Burst Blade Art Hondo. Let's see. Deal plus 10% more damage on critical hit for every stack this turn. Sword fighting style originating from the east, suited to those who employ instantaneous bursts of leaping movement that verge on teleportation. The boy braved the life-threatening augmentation with a desperate resolve, and his survival proved his worth. Let's see. Gain 2 bind next turn. On hit, gain 1 bleed potency. Attacked by Vespa, gain 2 Gungnir's droning. Activate bleed on this unit once this effect is removed. Huh. Why are there two? Harpoon impalement. There it is! Let's see. 4 bind, 3 bleed potency, 3 Gungnir's droning. Activate bleed on this unit 2 times when this effect is removed. Heal 3 SP when attacking target that attacked this unit last turn. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out, baby bee. You're good with harpoons, right? You use a super stacey special harpoon, right? And you're shooting for the yellow color, right? Bam! There you have it. The yellow harpoon. Oh, interesting. The clash win against targets with nested harpoon beasting trigger amplitude conversion on their tremor into tremor hemorrhage. Clash win against targets with nested harpoon wasp sting and trigger amplitude entanglement on their treasure into tremor reverb. Okay, so amplitude entanglement fuse them together under amplitude under tremor superposition. Vari, welcome on in. Well, consider the nature of the game, this is probably more a case of think carefully, Chuckle Nuts. Let's see, a precarious relic of the highest rarity found in the depths of the ruins. It was by mere coincidence that the young boy, blood-soaked, came to be in possession of this spear tip. Coincidentally, he also possessed the aptitude to wield it. What is coincidence indeed? Yeah, I've had rather bad luck with the gacha. What the heck was this Gungnir's droning thing that I guess I'll have to check the tooltip. See, I started playing Limbus Company for the first time, and I got 4 3-star IDs from single pulls and 6 3-star IDs from 10 pulls. First 2 were Heathcliff. That's impressive! Why would it be hopeless? Well, fingers crossed.
받아볼 테니까.
국민
기동.
여기 다시 있습니다. 즐겁군.
떠난 곳으로 돌아가라.
총알값 아까울 놈. 지원하지.
운명적, 절대적.
No. I'm hell bent on making sure that goes through. Neutral. Huh? Why is this base power at 1? I don't remember using regret.
넌 위아래가 없군.
Yeah, I didn't. What's going on with this coin power? Wait, hang on. Let's see. Welfare Association, Section 3, the Pequod Harpooner for Heathcliff. Zuri Association, West Section 3, Ishmael. That's a pretty good one. Zuri Association, West Section 4, Gregor. Cleanup Agent Don Quixote, the one who grips Faust. And Fell Bullet, Spice Bush, and Blade Lineage Yi Sang. Spice Bush Yi Sang's pretty good. Was it for Fell Bullet? Was that the ID or the ego? I want a 3-star ID for Otis. Favorite Billy song? Hard to say. Extreme Onus. Oh, great. Running through patches of Violets and Hero. I'd have to check which ones those are. Oh, man! Potency of 82. Good boy. Well, fingers crossed.
했어.
이미 정해졌어요.
Oh, are my units unable to die in this? Because I saw Ryoshu's health go to 0.
전력으로 승리되었다. 전탄격발.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라.
지원하지.
저도 그렇게 생각해요.
Let's see. Sprinkle some of my gotcha luck onto you. Yeah, it'll definitely help. My luck. It seems like ever since this season started, my luck has been terrible. That's what I thought. Okay, everything's covered.
나아가야 해. 그림자를 따라. Let's see. Consume all onus and end this turn. If the skill generated Mang, lose 20 SP. Lose 15 SP. Are you sure you want to do that?
피워보지. 했어. 이제 결정할 시간이다.
Just casually did 300 to 3 with a single coin skill. Vespa moved with absolute efficiency. One moment his harpoon would deflect his opponent's blow, the next it was carving out an opening for the sinners to land their attack. When I first saw this game, I thought it was really complicated, but no, it's surprisingly kind of easy once you get used to it. Yeah, pretty much. See, after a brief but fierce joint battle, the Index Apprentice fell to the ground, then could not bring herself back up. Darling. You just put them together, like this. Boom. How many times you gotta use that lame smile? Spork. Just like Spork. Boom. Correct. Spork. The word isn't divided into forks and spoons. Putting the two together can be an answer too. Remember that whatever situation you're in, even two techniques that look like total opposites can coexist just fine. The quickest, deadliest form of attack may come in the form of a straight line, but it can be redirected by a curve. Oh, did Master Rain tell you that? That's so cool. Could you tell me some more? Anything that he used to say? You'd rather waste the last moments of your life on his ramblings? And the fight's not over yet. We can't waste time chatting with the enemy we already put down. And just look at the other one. She seems way stronger. That's right. The fight's not over yet. The Pinky Nurse Father merely watches on from the sidelines with a quiet composure that tells us she could step into the fight at any moment if she wanted. Off to the side, I could see Vespa stealing glances at the watch on his wrist, looking anxious. And I know that the people he wants to protect, the people he has to protect, aren't us. Aerosalt, tell Vespa we'll be handling things from here on out.
알겠습니다, 관리자님.
Understood, manager.
당신의 동료들은 이
colleagues are
북부를
located
기준으로
to the southeast of this
남동쪽
corridor.
방향이 출발한 시간을 고려했을 때
Considering the time of their departure, they should be approximately 2 kilometers away.
당신 어딘가에서 저와 만난 적 있지
You.
않습니까?
Have we met somewhere before?
그렇다.
We have.
그렇군요.
I see.
알려주셔서 감사합니다.
Thank you for letting me know. I'll take my leave. Vespa seemed to grasp something from that brief exchange and gave a curt nod. Yeah, Vespa used to be with N-Corp, didn't he?
잠시 후에 정식으로 만나 인사드릴 수 있기를.
I hope we'll meet again soon for proper introductions. Well, there he goes. Once Vespa left us, the Pinky Nurse Father's oppressive presence again seems to suffocate the air out of the hallway. It appeared for some reason that her purpose here wasn't to kill us by any means. I'd sent Vespa away for that precise reason, and by some fortune, I seem to have been correct in doing so. However, in hindsight, maybe letting Vespa go was a bad idea considering what we're up against.
저자는 더 협력하지 않았을
We would
것이다.
not have cooperated further, manager.
그자는 시간이
That man has an
엄격하다.
uncompromising sense of punctuality. Eh? You know that guy, Meersalt?
알고 살아온 것은
It is true that I'm
사실이지만
acquainted with him, but not in the scope of familiarity that society typically attributes to the word. Where'd you even meet someone that strong? Wait, you weren't enemies, were you?
아닙니다.
No, he used to be a taboo hunter at
기
N-Corp.
사냥꾼이
N-Corp, indeed.
그러고 보면
Once mentioned being an employee there.
그렇다.
I did.
당신도 그럼
So, were you a taboo hunter too?
그렇지 않다.
I was not.
단지
I
그의
had merely
서류를
come upon an
들여다볼
opportunity
기회가
to
있어
examine his file.
서류에 따라
Frequented the
마주칠 법한
places
곳을
that
권유한다.
the examination
마주쳤습니다.
suggested a high chance of encountering him until our paths crossed. So you ran into him on purpose? Why?
그렇게 하지
There's no
않을
reason
이유가
not to,
없었습니다.
Manager.
그게 뭔
Why is that even? Yoshi never once turned an ear toward us throughout the entire conversation. Perhaps it's more accurate to say that she couldn't. She was, after all, glowering at the Pinky Nurse Father with an unblinking gaze that seemed ready to bore a hole into her.
역겹도록 여유로움을
How
뿜
nauseatingly self-assured. Just as Yoshu said, the woman showed no signs of hostility either. She was simply watching us, waiting for our next move. That wasn't much consolation. I still couldn't think of any way that'd allow us to come out on top in this situation. If only the sinners were all here with me. Might have had a chance, but... Here with me, huh? Come to think of it, this wasn't the first time the sinners were separated from me. We'd previously been separated when we were in the ambush back in Hongyuan at that fake Kazan, and also when Don Quixote had briefly departed us in La Mancha land. But despite the distance, these invisible chains that bound me and the sinners had never once been severed. Even when they were killed, departing to a place I couldn't follow, I always managed to reach past the searing gates of hellfire and bring them back to the impossible. So as long as these chains bind us together, maybe we can pull them to me, wherever they are? Return to me. Stand with me here. Oh! Maybe that was a bad idea. Intense pain ravages through me and my vision darkens as if my non-existent eyelids were closing. As if I just perceived something I wasn't ready to face. Manager Bud. Earth be my head, the sky be at my feet. The ladder is laid skyward, the final kingdom's heart lies penetrated. Is that referring to Jacob's ladder? CH is on fire again. This is much akin to the incident at the Yongjin building. The flame atop the head burns hot like true fire, as though detonation is nigh. 32 paths are revealed, the rises and falls of breaths are exiled and returned at the hour of inequivalence. And they did eventually snap out of it last time. I am the key in the lock of the steadfast gate. The bell that once rang at the end rings the beginning. The new millennial kingdom shall the 13 stand by my side. Sounds like foreshadowing to me.
열둘이 아닌가.
Not 12?
로자양?
Miss Redia? Sinclair?
Huh? What the heck? When did you fellas get here? What happened to the LC and the LCD? No response. This is... The heat dissipates and my head cools once again. Well, that was weird.
모처럼 괜찮은 예술을 보나 했더니 벌써 애를 전부 채웠군. 방지할 사고도 해야 할 뒤처리도 없나. 돌아가지.
Oh. Should do pull, see if the luck I give you works or something. Oh, to see if the luck you gave me works or something. Yeah. Hello there, Spirit. Spirit is on the game. Ooh. Seems it worked.
하나, 둘. 지면이 울릴 때마다 네 업을 떠올려라.
Gotta be kidding me! I see their spirit is on the game. Oh well. I think that's the first ego I've ever gotten for Heathcliff. Oh, wait, nope. Well, first non-banner ego. Heal 12 SP for 4 allies with the least SP. Raise max HP by 15% of this identity's base HP when recovered from staggered state, then heal by 50% of current max HP if at less than 30% by 25% instead. Oh, okay. Well, there's someone in the YouTube chat as well. Let's see. Let's see. 15 plus SP. Let's see. Yeah, might as well. People tend to call me a walking lucky charm. I seem to earn that. You seem to earn that reputation. Let's see. Wait. That's a rather steep cost. Maybe not thread spin it to 4 quite yet. So I got Wild Hunt today, which I am happy that I got. They got something to Heathcliff finally. Yeah, it's one of his better IDs too. Why is it responding all of a sudden? So I'm gonna add this guy later. Oh, you mean from this? I thought I had a burn ID for Heathcliff. Ah, guess I was mistaken. Alright, can you just come to YouTube? It could be more synced to chat. Yeah. Well, I guess that'll be up to him to decide. Okay, there we go. Sorry, but I was about to hop onto Limbus myself. I want to do some polls. By the way, how's this guy at level 66 but still in Kanto 5-6? I don't understand. Are you referring to Ricardo? Hi, my playmate. It looks like I'm one room away from finding you guys. Kinda like that hide and seek song Papa used to sing you when we'd play. Okay, done so. She should be coming into this containment any minute. Detective, we drew the escape Pekka tool this way. Apparently they've got stage 3 Pekkas too. Do we have everything we need for our stratagem? Oh, never mind, bro was on Kanto 9, but not finished yet. I got the situation. Oh. So, are you sure about this? I mean, we did explain everything we know to you, but the whole plan came from your head. If you're talking about the cross-validation, you'll be pleased to hear that our review of the observation logs has already verified the efficacy of this plan. I see no reason to make any last-minute changes. Okay, but what if it doesn't go according to plan? What if something goes wrong, or, you know, did you prepare a plan B in case that happens? Did not. Eh? That's some impressive confidence. Don't most people prepare plan B when they have even the slightest misgivings about their plan A? How would there be a plan B when this isn't even my plan A? There is no plan B. You're outnumbered and outgunned. This just happens to be the only way we could buy time. Was the war any different? You should know perfect planning and seldom leads to perfect execution. Well, I guess Bosa doesn't have lives burned through like we do. She wouldn't dare wing it in this life and death situation. Voila. What's this thing supposed to be? Oh, it looks super weird. Is this a flower? I don't remember chopping up anything that looked like this earlier. Doesn't look like it can talk either, so... Oh, are you like waving at me to come over? Oh, I know what's going on here. You're trying to buy time. Huh? Yeah, what the hell are you doing? Trying to jab me and suck my blood dry, huh? In your dreams, dumbass. Ha! Piece of cake. She just cut it off? Wait, you could just cut it off? We must quickly make adjustments to this plan to... No, that development is a part of the plan. Every time the crushing loneliness set in, she must have endured it by burying herself in comic books and video games. And that is her only connection to her so-called father. She obsessed over games not as mere entertainment. For her it was survival, it was what kept her going. Then... if that's true, then she'll fight the abnormality like she's playing a video game. As a rule of thumb, when running blind into a boss fight, the go-to strat is usually dealing with the mooks that get in the way. That rule doesn't apply to this boss. She can cut down the mooks all she wants, but that'll only get her covered in more gossipium. You fought it before, haven't you? Once you're covered in gossipium, it becomes nearly impossible even to parry the drenched gossipium's attacks. I've built up too much power. Is this like an invincibility phase? You're jabbing stocks into the ads to give yourself some kind of hot buff, aren't you? But I gotta take out the ads first. Ah, dang it! What's going on? My sword's not. When did that monster turn red? This plan would not have worked had her nurse father joined her earlier than expected. We got lucky. This abnormality presents the kind of challenge that is difficult to overcome alone. But we could deploy the same strategy against the middle nurse father later. I'm not out of the woods yet, but this was quite the clever.
There you are. Been cooped up in here all along like a bunch of scared chickens, eh? Didn't you watch Papa put together his plomo kits? The model kits got way too many pointy sprues like these. Get down! You gotta chop them off before you get building.
He destroyed every Pekatulum and vine in the vicinity with a single swing. And totally wrecked the ceiling too.
Yo, Papa's back. Gotta sit on your butt all day, princess?
To cleave through the gossipium before any of its blossoms could even land.
Why work with your branch? You got the brawn. Thanks for letting my kid play with you folks. It's hide and seek, right? Mind if I take over for her for a sec?
Looks like we've managed to buy ourselves some time. This is it. We're gonna have to fight this guy. Bus team, you guys ready? Of course. Huh? Is she? They both fell unconscious. What? Huh? Huh? Hey, what's wrong, guys? You asshole! What the hell did you do to them? Why'd they all suddenly?
What? I didn't even lift a finger. Alright, you're getting written up in the book for trying to frame me for this.
This is not to do with that man nor the distortion. Well, what else can we... What? I'm freaking losing my mind here, guys! Get up! Come on! Ezra, shaking them hardly seems to be the solution to bring them back to consciousness. Got it! Then I'll try to draw that bastard's attention while... Calm down. I think we can all survive this. The standard method of defeating this abnormality is to chip away at the pearl gradually, but if one destroys the pearl, and only the pearl, in a single strike... Mangdu, how are your arms? I shouldn't rest until they are physically torn from my body. Ezra, remember that room packed full of Pekatula? Yep. Very well, then...
Ew, was that fun? Looks like my little girl's learned a lot, too. Glad to see you nerds are not all talk. That first stunt you pulled on me sure had some bite. Those galvanized corpses were, well, electrifying. Got any more toys to throw at me, or are you all out of stock?
Gonna have to close up shop soon, but let me get you an extra something on the house.
Oh?
We'll be back with the stock, so enjoy this in the meantime. Ezra, open it. Got it! What an absolute monster! Just how many augmentations has he gotten? This is overkill, especially for the middle.
마비와 부식을
The
동시에
abnormality covered him in paralytic corrosive venom and dumped a bucket of crawling larvae to eat into his skin.
관상체에 덮까지
And yet, none of them managed to hurt him. Venom? Is that really supposed to be your cherry on top? You're terrible at choosing toys.
어지간한 말썽쟁이로
What a troublesome brat you are. Are you this much of a menace with your toys as a kid, too? Sorry, I get tired of things rather easily. When I get tired of something, I smash it. Now that I'm tired of everything, I have no reason to hesitate.
조립식 철의 군세
What about
네 번째 시리즈
Model Kit Iron Host Mark IV? Lady Team Leader, this is hardly the time to be going off on a tangent. Shh, just let the magic happen. How do you know that legendary
네
series?
번째 시리즈는
Mark IV series was the last product ever released before that toy factory closed shop. Actually, its stock was extremely limited.
그리고 그 공간에서
The only person who understood the true significance of that was,
애석하게도
tragically,
어떤
none other
어린아이밖에
than a
없었던
certain
것
little
같다.
boy.
아무도
No one
그
cared
말을
how much
진지하게
this mattered to you,
들어주지
did they? We would never see such a toy again. It's a singular
않아. 집에
release.
있는 것과
Things
다르다는
apart from what you already had at home, and yet
표정이
he has assumed an odd expression. Perhaps a certain recollection consumes him.
탐정님이 보신 거야.
The detective saw right through him and found the distortion lurking in his heart.
배즈라
Ezra, now! Gotcha! Another one with the powered gauntlets, right?
직선으로 돌진해.
Charge at him. Frontal assault. I'll chain him up with my pipe. What the? What's this purple thing? Get all that brain screw just to put me in these toy cuffs? Nothing so fancy. Simply verbalize what I saw within you in a convincing manner. Try to break free only tightens it, eh?
할 수 있을 때
You gotta capitalize on this chance as much as you can. I do! Sort of the homeland. Valor-bound acupuncture dive.
대화하지도 못할 정도
This blade be so swift that it overwhelms any effort to steer its path.
올곧게 찔러.
Then an unbending trajectory like that of a loosened arrow shall strike true. Miss Ezra! God distracts while the swift sword goes to my head. That your game? How did he unbind himself?
역시
That leg of his. Wouldn't expect to see moonlight stones, were ya? I just need to free this one leg. It's too bad my hand isn't free to open the book, though. Dang it. Force me to live through that day again is a crime that doesn't even need to be written down in the book. Your death ain't gonna be pretty, lady.
짙은 보랏빛이었는데
Even deep purple didn't work.
달빛
Damn it, that moonlight. Was that trick supposed to mess with my head too? Impressive, really. You turned one of the finest moonlight stones M Corp had to offer. Totally opaque. The blade snapped. Failed even to make a scratch. As for you, you lunged at me knowing that both of your arms would be ripped off at that speed. As that is how Salsu must carry herself. You see, I'm easily distracted. I often find myself earnestly captivated by shiny new releases. So I think some commendations are due. You are truly the image of valor. Look at how your torn arms are still clutching the hilt of that sword. Man, you guys actually got me kinda winded. I'm a big fan of these gimmicky fights.
그 덕에 여기까지 시간을 벌 수 있었고
And thanks to that, we managed to buy ourselves enough time. That's so? I could hear something coming this way. Got me some monsters, eh? In a manner of speaking. Were there more abnormalities or distortions remaining? We've got something even worse.
늦었습니다.
Apologies for the delay, team leader.
서류 발급 절차가
They took their sweet time with the paperwork.
그럴 수밖에
Of course they did.
하나협회가
Business as usual for the Hada Association, especially for something like this.
심사는 통과겠지.
I assume you passed the evaluation? I have. It was designated color. Maybe me! Don't tell me we're still behind that wall for a dramatic entrance, were you?
그럴 리가 있겠어.
Why would I do that? I'd beeline to you as fast as I could, cutting through every wall between me and your position. No one's ever bested my strength, even when I was active in the biz. This is fun. What's your name, my man? I don't think I've heard of anyone like you in my prime.
손가락에 골목 썩은
Aren't you a talkative piece of finger trash? A rancid one at that.
중재 따위에게 될 미련 같은 건 없습니다.
I won't give you the honor to learn my name, middle scum.
맞네.
Hey, Junior!
내가
Did
언제
you?
추천했던
Did my Uber recommended name get pushed through? It did. There were other options, but yes, that's the name. That's rad. Then, Monster Dude,
그러면
prepare to go on record as the Yellow Harpooner's first kill.
참고로
I'm sure you can tell from the way it sounds, but I'm the one who came up with that name. Beautiful hue of teal. I don't know of any color fixers that have teal as their color though.
부디 오른팔을 사용해서 제 공격을 쳐내지 말아주세요.
Oh, please don't use your right arm to parry my strikes. It hurts me to see a good ingredient marred. Yeah, silence!
오늘 그 악랄한
I'd much rather
예술에
remove my own
올리고
arm than have it be a part of that iniquitous art.
어떤 미학도 없이
The absence of aesthetics, self-harm for the sole purpose of survival is a rather hideous thing, but
당신의 그 격렬한
perhaps your
감정을
arm,
뽑아내는
removed in a moment of great passion,
제법
has the potential to be a decent piece of art.
모르겠어.
Oi! Don't you bother answering this drivel, lass. I'm tired of stuff about talking.
내치서 한 번에
We're gonna have to attack him all at once. All four of us. You're not getting it, lad. You're alright, proper brawler now. No, just wait, this is...
어차피 지금 속전속결.
Listen, if we don't deal with that get right, this is Hill! Assistant? This is... Hohenheim.
다들 괜찮으세요?
What is going on?
사과를 하고 싶었다.
I think she was about to ask for forgiveness.
이 상황은
This situation is certainly an outlier, isn't it?
실이 풀린 건가요?
Could the threads have unraveled?
오히려
Or perhaps they've been dragged away by their threads.
묘시되는 도시의
The city boasts many a work of art, yet Yoshihide found the marionette dolls particularly distasteful.
그 아이는 뭐라
That child believes that those puppets to be... Should I put this...
처럼 여겼어요.
Near simulacra. Simulacra may be infinitely similar to what is real, but to her,
살아 숨쉬는
no matter how
진짜와
meticulously their details were recreated, they're worthless next to the living, breathing reality. But please, one should not be in such haste to dismiss their qualities as mere simulacra. Do try to assume a flexible perspective. From a certain point of view, they may be what constitutes a utopia.
우리 역시
Perhaps, despite our disparities, if we were to together ascend the strings that bind us, inch by inch,
서로 달리 행동하는 것 같아.
we find at their end a single hand that puppeteers us all.
손가락은 사실 하나라는 뒷골목으로 소문을
It is
약속해서
indeed
듣는
fascinating that a
신선함.
card-carrying member of the ring would spout a baseless backstreet's rumor that the five figures are in truth one hand.
가치가 없다네.
However, such unverified conspiracy theories are useless to researchers like ourselves.
그건 그렇고.
Regardless, it seems that the assistant's bold plan has fallen through already.
이래서 계획은 다양할
This is
수
yet another
없죠.
demonstration of why we can never have too many backup plans.
최근 전투 실험이
When
언제였지?
was our last battle test? 3 days ago?
나흘 전이었습니다.
4 days ago.
드린 예산치고
You grumbled about how disappointing the results were given the budget that went into the project, and bought us coffee from a vending machine.
자네도
We've
한경
got
하는군.
quite a short memory too,
하지만
but going by the exact
경과의
number of hours that have
가을에
passed since
가깝다.
then, it is close to 3 days.
아무튼 걱정 말게.
Anyway, you have nothing to worry about. While I cannot deny that I still have some misgivings about your expertise in electrical engineering, I'm not exactly at liberty to choose.
Let's select Plan B as our
팀장님,
boss.
좀 더 확실한 계획
I've just come up with a more surefire plan.
아시잖아요.
Our Plan B is full of holes, and I don't like its odds. I know you agree.
허튼 생각하지
Do not entertain that foolish thought.
자네가
Know what
뭘
you're thinking.
하는지 알고 있어.
I
범인의
suppose
생각으로는
that could be the most one can expect from an ordinary mind such as yours, but Hohenheim, boss, stop. Not another word. You have to give me some time to think of another plan.
제 에고 장비
Remember our last test with my lantern ego gear? I had a pretty respectable energy output at 70%
꽤
attunement.
높은 에너지를 낼
Not
수
to mention
있어요.
how it activates its charm effect at that rate.
120%까지 올린다면
Or to raise that output to 120%, I should be able to draw his attention for a
남은
maximum of
설계를
5 minutes.
수리하고 팀장님에게
For you, boss, that's more than enough time to conduct the remaining repairs.
120%라면
The
장비
ego gear cannot handle the energy output at 120% attunement. It will explode. You'll end up taking the full brunt of. Will my words, my objection, do anything to change your mind?
그건 아니에요.
No, it won't. I'm sorry. As for Alyssa,
저들이라면
I'm sure they'll keep their word no matter what. If they manage to rescue her, then
구할 수 있게 된다면
please look after her. Look after her, okay? Martin,
침착하시네요.
such composure. You don't seem to care that your pupil has abandoned you.
차라리 그랬으면 좋겠군.
If only that were true. If only that were true, I wouldn't be in this pit of devastation.
마지막으로 남길 말이
Have you any last words to impart to the world? Most ingredients I use for my work like to let out a dying cry, as though its volume is the detriment of life and death. Usually around this point in my creative process. No, I do not.
보잘것한 짧은 몇
The
마디
accomplishments I have achieved in this life are far too extensive and significant to be condensed into a mere few words.
그 비로한 신체의 새기기에
Rather grandiose statement to be carved into such a frail, unremarkable body.
하지만
But I like it. Rest assured, I'll carve them with utmost care.
그런 최후에
This may not be the end you had in mind, but please don't let yourself be so crestfallen.
당신도
You
도망친
and your fleeing friend were no more than
멋진 조각상
spells to be chipped away to sculpt the core into a most beauteous form.
모든 존재는 상호 유사하게 구성되어 있으나
Every being exists in mutual similitude, yet each of them leads a life of their own. What is that light?
해석이라.
Spalls to be chipped away. I'd be compelled to agree had you referred to only me.
하지만 우리
Your
두
assessment
모두를
failed when you thought of me as highly as you did. Thought of me as highly as you did him.
저렇게 밝은 빛을
Who in the world would be so blind as to see such brilliance as a mere spall? Oh,
그렇네요.
indeed. What a beautiful incandescent hue of teal. Oh. Okay, Alright, so that leaves 120, so that'd be 60 boxes.
아 그대 잠시 쉬고 가지 않겠나?
녹슨 총에 날카롭지 않은 화살.
복지팀에 가시죠.
화투패 입회
부르신다면 언제든.
연구자에게 자꾸 물리력을 취급하게 하는 건
Might as well use him if I'm gonna use Gregor's ID there. So that's a rupture ID. Alright. I just had a minus coin skill.
불청객을 맞이할 시간인가 봐.
걸맞는 곳이어야 할.
뒷걸음질 치지 않나? 연구 보고회인가? 아니면
자,
It'll be fine.
돌아갑니다.
Should check to see if anybody on my friends list has Ardor Blossom Star or Ardor Blossom Star Faust. My blurred vision slowly comes into focus, as does my dazed mind. It feels like something just wreaked havoc through my head. Faust, know anything about what just happened? Faust? Wait, why is everyone here? Did you guys finish restoring the facility? Why is everyone here?
또 기억을 하지 못하시는 것으로
I'll explain the sequence of events as it is clear that the manager once again remembers none of it.
약 7분 전
Approximately 7 minutes prior, the flame on your head began to conflagrate as it did in the previously observed instance before the absent sinners were, for lack of a better descriptor, summoned or materialized here. I did that? I remember thinking really hard that I needed the sinners to be here, but did I unlock a new power the way I did in our times of need? Like when we fought Don Quixote, or when we were helping Hong Lu? But this feels different. Maybe it's a power to summon the sinners to me when things get dicey? Nay, that does not seem to be the case, Dante. What you have summoned are not the sinners, but identities. Their forms mirror reflected and opaquely shaped, yet inarguably overwritten. Like Yi said, the summoned sinners all stood in eerie silence. It was like I was staring at their empty husks, standing at the ready for my command. Their identities. But what about the actual sinners who are still separated from us? I'm not pressing at this point. Let's just appreciate this opportunity while we have it. Matters is that we do not lose the golden vows, right? He's not wrong. I don't like this, but we're not exactly in a position to pick and choose. The 12 sinners now together approach the sole enemy. A perfect glimpse of the power that shall reign over the kingdom. The part gains shield equal to stack. Reduction of the shield reduces the stack as well. Oh. Yay. Oh, great. 1 poison, 2 bleed, 1 bind next turn, and 2 burn. I got a bad feeling about all this. Triple slash, twin slash, swift glimmer.
Okay, so it sounds like I just need to deplete her shield HP.
실험 중이니 변인 통지에는 주의하게.
What the heck does that do? High voltage exoskeleton. Gain stack times 5 shield. Okay. Man. Well,
하고들 시간이
this is gonna suck.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가. 써야 할 때가 왔군.
Red, okay. Gotta be kidding me. I've got an idea. It's crazy, but it'll probably work.
사고될 시간이야. 잔후에.
전시 코스 작동.
Huh.
떠난 곳으로 돌아와.
자충, 기동, 지원하지.
Huh. Oh, that's right.
나도 그다지 뛰어나지 않았던 것이.
Great. Okay, so it's at stage 4, which I guess means that she's gonna lose all of it at the end of this turn.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라. 써야 할 때가 왔고.
Twisted and disjointed memory of recollection. A memory of recollection. Okay. At least I'm getting those, that shield down.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라. 펜.
That probably will do it. The identities were incomplete, perhaps due to the abruptness with which they were summoned. And were nowhere strong enough to stand against the Pinky Nurse Father. Am I not even a threat to her? She did not cast even a sideways glance toward me, as though to say that so long as I didn't stand in her way, she wouldn't bother attacking me. Let's go again, CH. Her quiet gaze was fixed intently on Ryoshu's wounded form.
전력 완전 복구가 완료되었습니다.
Facility power restoration complete. PA system buzzes, and the roaring sounds I assumed to be coming from the reactivated elevators began filling the hallways.
그걸 가지고
Crawling back to the house of spiders. With that, huh? You're much more tolerable mute. Got a SYTC. See, That was when the woman began to speak from behind the veil. Even though I was certain her tongue had been cut off, as I'd seen in that memory.
도저히 못 봐주겠구나.
What an unbearable sight it is
그 신락 같은
to see you still
기억
holding on
여전히
to that
움켜쥐고
single
있는
frayed thread of memory.
모습. 내 놈.
How are you speaking?
그 역겨운
You were chopping off your foul tongue with this sword.
어차피 그 머릿속은
There should be nothing left of your mind but shattered bits of memory.
무엇하러 그걸 구하려
Why even
영을
go through all
쓰는
this trouble to save that thing?
그 놓치지 않은
I'm still holding on to that single thread
그걸 따라
that
여기까지
led me
온
here.
거야.
Going through all this trouble because I can still see that single thread, still connected through where everything has been severed and sheared.
틀려. 순서가 모순되었어.
Wrong. You've got it
다른
backwards.
모든 것들이
It is
헤집어졌어.
precisely because everything else has been severed and sheared that your feelings are mere illusions.
그의
Do
얼굴을
you even remember her
기억나던가?
face, her voice, her height?
말투는
Do you even remember how you used to spend time with her?
엄마 라고 불러도
Mommy,
돼?
can I call you mommy?
부르는 게 어떻든
You can call me whatever. It doesn't matter.
아니야
But it does.
좀 달라져
There's a
엄마
big difference, mommy.
울림이 달라지잖아
It's got a different echo, don't you think? Admit it already.
그것마저 놓치면
You're holding on to that thread because without it, you'd have nothing left.
그래서 고작 허사.
That's why you're hugging so tightly onto that illusion.
전부인
Like
것처럼
it's your everything.
끌어안고 있는.
Hilarious.
옛날
Had it
같았다면
been all those years ago, your words would have cut through my heart like a knife.
엄마는 왜 항상
Why do you
너한테
always talk to me like that, Mother?
그런 말 들으면
Whenever you do that, it hurts. It hurts right here even though I don't bleed. Like it's stabbing me.
그래서
So,
불행한가?
does that make you feel miserable? Huh?
네가 생기고서부터
My life has been nothing but an unending stream of misery ever since you happened. Did you know that?
대답하렴.
Go ahead, answer me. I know. Good. Don't you ever forget that.
너라는 족쇄에
Don't forget that you're the weight tied to my ankle. You dragged me down here.
그런데 고작
And you have the nerve to whine about some mean words?
언제 내 얼굴을 봐도
When did I
된다고
permit you to look at my
당장
face?
고개 안 돌려?
Look away!
죄송해요
I'm sorry.
엄마 얼굴
I won't look at your face without your permission, Mother. I won't complain about hurting either. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
내 놈들 모두 예전과 편한 게 없어.
None of you has changed one bit since the last time I saw you. That is so satisfying to watch.
자신의 처지에 대한
All you ever know is to do is to blame everyone else for your miseries while never trying to change yourselves.
그러니
No wonder none of you ever managed to leave the house of spiders, that quagmire of a place.
거미 집이라는 곳에
Quagmire of a place? That sounds awfully giggity.
맞는 말이구나.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. I don't disagree.
그러니까
The only
처음부터
way to be free
발버둥이지 않는
is
편
never to have been
좋았을
caught in it to begin with.
너나
For you and me both. The Pinky Nurse Father let out a riot laughter as she muttered.
그리고
Besides, we are no strangers, you and I. We've lived under the same roof for years, haven't we?
다른 아비들은 몰라도
I don't know about the other nurse fathers,
내가
but
네 생각
I
따윈
can see right through your
번고
mind.
그 금고에
Perhaps for you, hiding that child inside that safe may have seemed like the best plan at the time.
그곳은 정말
What a tight space you've squeezed her into.
어린아이만 들어가 있을
A
수
hole
있을
so small that only a
좁은
child could have
곳이야.
ever hoped to fit inside.
방금
What did you say? The Pinky Nurse Father smote down upon Ryoshu's sword, holding it in place.
주제넘게 내게 너의
You
검을
dare swing that thing at
휘두르는구나.
me, presumptuous fool.
진심을 보일 거면
If you're serious about this, don't sheathe the sword as you did
검을
then.
빼낼 그런 마음조차 없다면
You're nothing if you've no heart to even do that.
너는 내가 상처 입힐
You always
때마다
make that
그런
same face
얼굴을
whenever I
하는
hurt you.
당신
Why do you always...
나를 네가 그 검을 휘두르고
The
있다면
day you swung that sword with such abandon,
네가 남긴
you
상처
left a rather nasty wound on me.
검이 가까워지면
Whatever this blade cut once will become cut again in its presence.
아문
The wound that once healed shall reopen. The prosthetics that replace the limbs shall fall away and reveal the old amputations as their mechanical joints come apart. That was supposed to be the absolute rule of this blade. Rule without exceptions. You told me that this power demands the sacrifice of memories. Truest proof that it is real. Well, when has the discussion of truths and lies ever meant anything? What's sticking out of that guy? There's some kind of root or something.
벌써 목, 애를 전부 채웠군. 방지할 사고도 해야 할 뒤처리도 없나. 돌아가지.
Some other time. Oh, I remember that movie. Oh, I remember watching it. I don't remember much of it, though. It's been so long. Once I'm reinstated, I'm gonna get that central consigliere in the bitch to give me something for the trouble. That bastard has no idea what kind of shit I'm going through out here. The House of Spiders. How is it that it's still operational? I really know how to screw with my ego. A bit rude, don't you think? I'm standing right here. You could at least do me the courtesy of pretending to be winded. This isn't a daggum Q&A session. I know you and the rest have infiltrated the HQ research facility because you couldn't let Sinner number 4 go. Sinner? You've got some awful manners, calling my kid something like that. Gave her a number and like she's some prisoner too. You overestimate your connection to my ticket, Red Gaze. Your journey's lasted barely more than a year, and you're lording over her like you're in charge. Calling her sinner this, sinner that. I've been teaching Ticket ever since her tiny little baby hands held a knife for the first time. It's got to be more than your twisted, possessive sense of attachment that kept the House of Spiders alive for all those years. It seems that all of you are bound there by something that only Sinner number 4 can provide. Something you're all still holding on to. You have no idea what I had to endure to get my ticket. I'm not letting her go to waste like some crappy scrap paper. Oh yes, over decades worth of preparation went into it. She's the culmination of our collective wish. Thanks for looking after our runaway pup. She's got some pedigree, you know. It's about time you sent her back to her loving parents. Loving, sure, This is what you've been stalling for, I see. Yeah. This crap gig's coming to an end too. And don't you even think about activating that ego of yours. My neighbor's good for nothing Burden uses that too. And it's always so obvious when she's about to use it. You think you can get away from me if I don't activate my ego? Oh, so scary. I know what you're good at, and I know what I got you the red color. Smoke War, Syndicate Stripes, Finger Bow Bell. I've already seen it done too much. Once I had tumbled through all those big events, I've made so many connections that things I shouldn't know, shouldn't be able to know, followed the thread right back to my eyes and ears. Intriguing. I think that there are idlers who've got enough time on their hands to feed a stray dog forsaken by her familia. I don't know, I think the G might be silent in that word. Wouldn't you agree, Valentina? Shut up! Stop trying to get a rise out of me. I think he did more than just try. I think he succeeded. If it weren't for Ryan's plan, I would have long made mincemeat out of your cake. We're killing you too, Red Gaze. It's about time I headed home, but you're not about to let me leave without a fight, huh?
Can't say I can't have the textbook bleed out while I fight. Looks like I'll need some insurance. Glad I kept my rapier nice and sharp. See, the slightest brush with its edge can cleave right through flesh. Unless you want to see me draw a thin red line along your precious kid's throat, put that weapon down on the ground. Then kick it away out of your reach. Isn't that gliding of his part of his ego? Very good. Now, I'll put the kid down. And count to 3. Slowly, mind you. You've come this far. Don't want to watch my hands slip and drop this kid on the ground all wrong, do you? 3. Come on, don't give me that look. 2.
Nice catch.
Huh. Looks like you've made a mess of my textbook, but it's nothing I can't piece back together. Gotta take this one home now. Ciao! Oh boy, would you look at the time. Yo, bowl cut. Bowl cuts? Are you talking to me? I get it, you've got enough strength to back up all that swagger, but don't get too cocky. You're running a bit busy, so I'll just write you up with a book for now. Next time it's brawn versus brawn. Papa! Looks to me you've got your own people to take care of, and I've got mine. Why don't we go our separate ways for now? Smart choice. Go ahead and fix up my toys in the meantime. You're gonna party ship up to my front door soon anyway, aren't you? Oh, by the way, I appreciate a good bowl cut. Excuse me one moment. The whole thing with how all the members of the middle have a book of vengeance, I can't help but kind of wonder if, like, maybe if someone manages to earn one of their respect, they maybe jot their name down in it, either in a specific section that's like, you know what, this person doesn't warrant vengeance, but they deserve respect, or something like that. Or if maybe they got like a separate little booklet that's a lot smaller because a lot less people earn a spot in it. I must have lost track of time, lured by that light. What a pity. It's already closing time for this gallery. One must wonder, why does every instance of immersion carry the promise of its breaking? Such was the steadfastness of Martin's will. On the other hand, it seems that you are far too ignorant to have understood the concept of self-sacrifice. I see. It is often said that to pursue art is to embark on an endless journey of learning. I certainly enjoyed this learning opportunity. Down to how he burst, the following firework of flesh and bone from that explosive performance. I hope our reunion will come sooner than later. Come visit my gallery, won't you? I must say, I'm starting to look forward to hearing your critique of it. What a heartless person she is. To leave you behind in such a state.
even if you aren't her child. This is rather uncharitable behavior.
이제 집에 가자.
Let's head home, Sora. Stop! Stop! Don't go!
오는 길에 성적
Saw your report card on my way here, sweetie.
그자들이 왜 너를
I understand why they might have placed you in third place.
방심하지 마렴.
But I hope you won't lose heart over it.
사람을 죽이는 건
When it comes to killing Yoshihide,
1등과 2등
we're in a class beyond the first and second ranks. I don't give a crap. Mr. Rain, can you share the code to Zenith's tortoise spiral with them? They're good, kind people. They saved me, but the ceiling caved in on me.
그렇구나.
Is that so? Alright.
모든 나선의
The spirals all share the same password, which is
뻔하잖아.
obviously your birthday, sweetheart. Even on that day, I bought a cake as the prescript ordered me to, because I couldn't think of any gifts that'd make you happy.
결국 한 입도 못 먹은
It always weighed heavily on my heart that you never even got to have a single bite of it.
상처에는 꼭
Be sure to dress your wounds so they won't scar, okay?
말,
Tell me,
당신들.
all of you,
내가
always
그의
known where I'd hidden her?
간단한 질문이야.
Well, here's a very simple answer to your very simple question.
확인해 보면 되지 않겠니?
Why don't you come home and find out?
가지 마.
Don't go!
이대로.
Don't go! Not like this! And
방금 그 말
he just said was pretty effective.
여기 심장이
Hit me right in my heart. For a moment, it stung. The moment it became certain that the index nurse father was gone, the students all collapsed to the ground with a collective, exhausted sigh. Whenever we'd encountered him, he had never once averted his eyes from Ryoshu, as though the rest of us posed no threat against him. Replaying his words in our minds, the nonchalance with which he invited Ryoshu to come back home, we let the silence he left behind wash over us, overwhelmed by the sheer monumentality of the task before us. Is it safe? What is that?
무언가 두고 갔어.
He has left something behind. It appears to be a safe. Yoshi hurried toward the safe left behind by the index nurse father. She kneeled before the locked safe and placed her trembling hands over it. Oh. Before reaching out to its door with such tenderness that she seemed completely different from the person who just made a mad dash toward it a few seconds ago. Her hand was bumpy with old, rough, but distinct scars. Some of those scars that never fully healed were numbers that made her eyes flit desperately between the skin where they were etched in the safe. I don't see any numbers. Trembling Ryoshu opens the rusty door. Tiny space inside where a child was supposed to be waiting for her mother's return was empty, as though someone had carved out a piece of reality from the world. Strength seemed to drain out of Ryoshu's hand as the fingers that tightly gripped around the door's handle fell limp, as though the sheer weight of the emptiness spread from the tip of her fingers into every part of her body. Ryoshu! We all heard the name that slipped between Ryoshu's lips like a dying whisper. It was the name of the child whom she was supposed to find in there. But before we could ask her more about Araya, Ryoshu fell to the ground, unconscious.
이게 내 이름이야?
Is this my name? Yeah. Araya. That's how you read it.
너무
It's too
어렵게
hard to remember.
생겼어.
It's too hard to read.
막 지은 거 아니지?
Hope it's not simply as random as Saru. Doesn't that mean monkey?
엄마 이름은 어떻게
How
적는데?
do you write your name, Mommy?
자, 읽어봐.
Go on, read it.
Ryo Shu?
아니, 그
No, that's
글자는
not how
그렇게
you
읽는 게
read those
아니라
letters.
요시대라고 읽는 거다.
Yoshihide, that's how you say it.
요슈.
Aww.
이게 더 편하고 이쁘잖아.
It's prettier and easier. Facility has been restored. Of course, it would take time, but the LCC and pilot have immediately been put under recovery procedures. Ampules, not enough. Year, month, and date. 9570404. Yeah, 7 digits, it worked. Haas told us, so we managed to disable those stakes. Is Ryoshu still? It's only been 4 days since the meeting where they laid down all those warnings to keep me from intervening. Now, it may as well never have happened. Preparations are complete. Manager, prisoner number 4. Still a bit dazed, but she's recovered.
그 부분은 상관없다고
Dante says
했어요.
it shouldn't be a problem. Clock is not a cure-all, Dante. I think she's in shock. And that's not the kind of wound I can rewind.
LCB.
The LCB is prepared to take part in this mission. AD team leader has expressed the LCD sees no reason not to participate.
쪽도 확인 끝났고.
All ready for deployment on our end too. LCA Vanguard Team 1 Ujat, radio check.
수신도 양호.
Reading you loud and clear.
현
LCA
시각
Team 1 ready for assault.
작전 목표에 변경은 없다.
Our objective
LCA는
remains
도착 직후
the same.
방해
The
요소
LCA's
방면에
primary
전념한다.
purpose will be to remove any and all post-infiltration obstacles. One
그런데
question remains, however.
정말 이렇게
Are we
들어가는
absolutely
건가?
certain about this formation?
문제 있나?
Is there a problem?
불만이 있다면
Direct any of your
이
misgivings
오피스에게
regarding the
말하라.
plan to me, and I, Otis, shall answer them. We landed on this after much discussion with everyone, but the problem
없습니다.
is non-existent. In consideration of Limbus Company's current roster, this is as optimal as our current division of power can be.
성공.
애초에
Recalling your pathetic performance back at the HQ, you really are. The Special Operations Unit wasn't built for that kind of mission. Don't blame them.
그리고
Besides, that incident's left a nasty bruise in our pride. We're not letting it slide. Are you going to sip tea and chat all day, or are we going to get a move on?
이제 막 끝났습니다. 뒷문 연결.
We're just about ready. Backdoor connection established.
괜찮겠어?
I'm sure you should be out and about so soon. You best sit back and focus on cover until they get a prosthetic arm attached.
괜찮아요.
I'm okay.
지율은 확실하게
Bleeding
했으니까
stopped.
지금부터
I'll open the door after counting down from 5. 5.
팀장님, 그 장비
Boss, are you sure about taking that gear?
날 걱정할 필요는 없다.
No need to worry my account. The tests, limited as they were, have proven that I am more than capable of using it. Are you certain about taking that gear to battle? There's no other gear, ego gear more familiar with than this one.
감염도에 특히 주의하게나.
Keep an eye on your attunement levels. Do watch out for the abnormalities' voices.
내 부탁을 가볍게
This is my request to you. Don't take it lightly. I still don't like this. Even with backup plans prepared, walking straight into the enemy's stronghold is.
아, 그래도 이번엔 저희도 만반의
At least we won't be the ones getting taken unawares this time, team leader.
강한 만큼 값을 제대로 받아내야죠. 막내도 그렇게 생각하지?
Yeah, I know that the CEO, or I guess CED, of Limbus Company turns out to be Diaz, who's named for Ozymandias, and that the name Ozymandias is basically the Greek version of Ramses, as in Pharaoh Ramses, which would probably explain Moses having formerly been part of the Ujat. I kind of wonder if maybe Ezra, like if her name has some sort of biblical reference. Although the closest I can think of is Ezra Taft Benson. I don't know. I don't believe there's anyone in the Old or New Testament, or for that matter, the Book of Mormon, that by the name of Ezra. This is a chance to get back in for what they've done, right, Junior? Truly so, though I cannot be a part of this endeavor. Not you, Miss Angdu. I'm talking about the Team Junior right there. Our very own Baby B. You just sit tight and talk about what style you want for your new arms. I don't see a reason why I should be called the Junior around here. And Miss Angdu and Bamboo Headed Kim have joined us. Didn't you know the unspoken rule? Once a junior, always a junior. Oh, so it's like calling him Proby. Ezra, Vespa, save your strength for our actual enemies. 3. That's a pretty slow countdown. Hope you've all drilled the plan into your heads, men. Verily, I have taken the plan to heart. We shall strike down the wicked with furious justice. Guys, check your pockets again for ampules. Make sure you have all of them, okay? Most people can't even dream of getting their hands on these top-of-the-line ampules. Keep them close and tight, because we're gonna need them. We're gonna need them if we're separated from the manager. 2. Reporting LCA, LCB, LCD, LCE, assault team mission preparations complete. Final authorization from the HQ received and confirmed. Let's finish this. It goes without saying, but make sure they get theirs. I can say that again. 1. We'll be there soon, Ryoshu. Place where those people raised you. The House of Spiders. I'll be fine. I'll be waiting for you here, Mommy. Operation Spider Pyre. Commence mission. I don't see anyone in here. I'm not sure what I'd find more disturbing. The art displays or the taste of the general decor of the building, the room itself. Well, decor, a sense of aesthetics, design, whatever. Probably the art. All teams have entered the House of Spiders. All teams have entered the House of Spiders according to plan. All stations remain on alert for any movements. Is everyone okay? Not really. Doc said I'll be facing some challenges in my daily life for the next few months. And here I was, looking forward to this rare chance of witnessing the mythical paid sick leave. Still find it baffling that you've denied yourself that opportunity. To be entirely honest, I'm starting to think that you may have gone completely mad. What I'm doing may seem completely crazy, but I assure you my sanity is still intact. I would have gone truly insane if I weren't allowed to be a part of this mission. If I weren't allowed to be a part of this mission, though. What did they do with Mr. Martin? The remains have been retrieved. Retrieved? Since when did we become part of District 14? Which district is that? N-Corp? What the heck would they have to do with fetching remains? Whereas the Limbus company suddenly found that scintilla of conscience to give him a proper funeral. Maybe they will, should the two of you return safely. Some time ago, prior to entering the back door, the assignments are final. Ensure that your lineups are in order. I don't like this at all. He can't possibly believe that the current composition of the executive manager's squad is equipped to ensure their safety.
There won't be any issues, not with Dante's newly awakened power.
맞아. 잘난 사람끼리
Yeah, don't you worry. Dante's been training that remote sight ability really hard while the bigwigs were busy holding meetings and dealing with the fallout. And with that and the teleport power to zap us in and out, we'll be a-okay.
순간이동.
Teleportation. Indeed. The way Faust replied seemed to indicate that it was anything but teleportation. The tone in her voice declared in no uncertain terms that she could not be bothered to elaborate.
작전을
Strange, this feels to be imparting such farewells before the operation.
모두가 무탈하게 다시 만날
I
수
hope we'll be
있기를
able to meet
바랄게요.
one another again, safe and sound, once this is over. Listen, Hong Lu, but you don't say that kind of stuff before going into battle, right? Usually it ends up causing the opposite of the intended effect. How about what could possibly go wrong? Yeah, that's more like it.
일이 아닌가요?
Was that supposed to be any better?
시간이 됐네요.
Well, it's time. I'll go on ahead. Hey, Sinclair.
네?
Yeah? About everything that happened. You just gotta accept what's done is done. Sinclair paused for a moment, then gave a quiet smile. Okay, I will. The ring. Is it the one ring to rule them all? What? Nani? Gonna have to improvise a bit. Yeah, that's probably the best option I've got.
필두. 출진.
Ah, shoot.
한 가지 첨언하자면 우리를 위로해줄 필요는 없다네 소두과장. 이래 보여도 연구원들 사이에선 유머에 가까운 거지.
If I might just add one more thing, you needn't try to comfort us over our conversation. You gotta be kidding me. Another freaking bot. Hey. If I might just add one more thing, you needn't try to comfort us over our conversation. Manager Sada, consider this nothing more than harmless, humorous banter among us researchers.
위로가 필요한 사람은
It appears to me that if anyone needs comfort, it'd be him.
이때까지 모은
All those golden
황금가지를
boughs
전부
have gone
빼앗겼고
through so much to
잃었어요.
collect. Gone.
관리자님과도
Lost people too. Even worse, we're separated from our manager, so we can't even immediately know how the others are doing.
이렇게 위험한 상황에 처한
This
적이
isn't the first time we've been
아니죠.
in this much danger, but every time it happens, I can't help but
Get nervous, right? Anxious even.
yeah. Do you guys ever get this nervous too, like I do?
뭐
Well,
제가 평소에
I
확신이
like to
있는
talk
것처럼
big
말하긴
and try to
하지만
project confidence, but honestly, I still get anxious like everyone else.
저희 부서엔
We still got a lot of people in the LCB who don't know where they're going in life, don't we? Like how I used to be.
지고 있는 짐이 좀
You know, with how
버거워
Dante
보이는
seems to
좋아서
feel a lot of pressure over the
후회하는
responsibilities,
거를
I guess you could say that I've sort of committed myself to sharing a bit of their load and helping the team navigate through the trials of our journey and
You know all that stuff.
확신을 가진 척
So I'm
노력하는
just trying to put on a brave face at the end of the day. Someone
불안한
needs to,
사람들을
right?
안심시켜줘야 하니까.
To reassure everyone that that it's all going to be okay. I see.
이
Ah,
말도
why does it give me a really harsh dressing down if she heard me say all that? Just thinking about it hurts my ears.
파우스트가 모든 걸 알고 있다는
Well, there is no
사실에는
doubt that Faust does indeed know it all.
저 역시도
There were times when I also found myself grasping at straws,
당장 앞으로 가야
unable to
할지
make even the simplest decisions, whether I should move forward, whether I should
반대로 가야
stop,
할지에
or
대한
whether I should go back
아주
the
기본적인
way I came.
선택까지도 그때 다시금 깨달았습니다.
And that made me realize anew.
파우스트는
Faust is but a name that may leave at any time. Faust is but a name that may leave at any time. What an interesting thing to say, because I have a theory of sorts that sort of like how the Don Quixote that's part of the LCB is, was not the real Don Quixote. I think that there might be a similar thing with Faust.
내 차례인가?
I'll explain in the live stream where I cover a lot of the various theories that I have regarding this game.
자네의 불안을 해소해서 작전 성공률이 높아진다면 못할 것도 없지.
Well, I suppose it's my turn in this heart-to-heart round table. I'm not quite fond of these last-minute bearings of one's soul. Well, one's soul as though we're walking into a collective death, but if they should help raise the chance of our success by alleviating some of your concerns, then I see no reason not to participate.
상부에서는
Superiors have repeatedly refused to authorize the plan that includes me as a combatant for this mission.
이해가 되지
I
못한
understand their
반면
logic.
연구에 특화된
Sending a
직원을
research
사수로 보내는
specialized employee to near certain death would indeed be an inefficient management of human resources from the corporate perspective.
대신 휴가를 가라고
Instead of
하자.
accepting my request, they suggested that I take some time off. 3 months, give or take.
쉬고 오면 다
They
괜찮아질
said
거라고.
everything will have returned to normal by then, and by the time I sauntered back into the office. The LCE's job was to find normalcy again, while LCA or LCB dealt with the consequences. It was a tempting offer, I must admit. Research was indeed an endeavor in which I could lose myself while the rest of the world slipped by.
쉬고 온 다음
I'd take the 3-month vacation, return to the lab, and bury myself with research after research. And eventually, it would have been like nothing had happened.
비워진 자리에는 아마 새로운
No employees would be
직원들이
hired to
오게
fill the vacancies with
채워질
remarkable immediacy,
애초에
as though there
비워진
had never been any loss of personnel in the first place.
그래서 어제 짐을
So
정리하려고
yesterday,
책상
as I was
서랍을
reaching the
열었는데
office for my absence, I opened one of my desk drawers and,
어쨌든
oh, you really were going to go on a vacation?
왜냐면 연구 계획
And I
보고서가
saw next year's research proposal peeking out from the middle of the paper pile.
회사 계획이라는 게 참 그래.
It's a funny thing, the way that corporate planning works.
미래가 어떻게 될지도
No one knows what
모르는
the future holds, but they expect us to plan months ahead in our proposals.
우습게도 앞으로
When I had written that
모든
research
나의
proposal,
연구
I
계획을
planned it to be a collaborative research between me, Martin, and Alyssa.
그럼 나는 이제
And now, I'll have to erase Martin's name, one by one, from dozens of
마틴의 이름을
pages.
지워나가야
그럼 상부의 반대를 뚫고
So how did you manage to convince the higher-ups?
세 번째 요청서는
My
사직서와
third request to
함께
have me included in this mission was accompanied by a resignation letter,
해달라 말했지.
a binary option, if you will. I had to choose one over the other. You could do that?
안될 건 없지 않겠나.
Who's to say that I can't?
That last subject wasn't much about anxiety at all, but has that helped calm your nerves at least, Sinclair?
I'm a bit better, I think.
That's good. Then let's all take a deep breath and commence operation. Enemy incoming!
늦어서 미안. 하시아가 곤히 자고
Sorry I'm late. Fasha was enjoying a nice nap, so I had to wake her up first.
원래 계획보다
She was heartbroken by how far behind schedule we were in her completion.
제 눈에 거북나선
It's because of Zenon's tortoise spiral.
그 무기는 얇게도
People struck with that weapon often end up with, quite literally, broken hearts, depriving us of the core ingredient.
그러니까
So
다행이야.
I'm glad we're able to be here. None of you have replaced yourself with a prosthetic body, and it won't be using the spiral. You knew we'd be coming? The Maestro asked me to go out and receive our guests. Do you know the Maestro's shattered child? She would have been a wonderful big sister for Fascia, and yet to reach that level of creation, unfortunately. You see, collecting ingredients without damaging them is still a bit tough for me. So I hope to get some practice and start by cutting off my own arm. After all, whose body do we know better than our very own? But the corpus of others is still so challenging to work with. Which finger do they put the most pressure on when using their arms? Do they let their wrists handle much of the pressure, or their entire arm? Do they have any pre-existing defects that may change how I interact with the medium? So many things to take into account before getting into the actual work. Speaking of which, would you be so kind as to hear my request? How about we spend some time to get to know each other and become friends?
How about no?
It's not so hard to become friends. Sora told me that becoming friends is as simple as sharing the things we love, our hobbies, our dreams. Though I didn't become friends with her, as I wasn't planning on using Sora as an ingredient for fascia. So, I know where to begin. Would you share something you love with me, everyone? Don't hesitate to ask me anything you'd like to know about me either. Ever since I fed a few slices of my brain to fascia, I've become a very, very bad liar.
Yeah, I think she's also become rather detached from reality.
What makes you think we're going to tell you any of that? Okay, then me first. My name is Albina. I'm learning corporism and art under Maestro Callisto's tutelage with my beloved fascia.
지휘 보조는 제게 맡기세요. 약자비가 도착하기 전에 서두르자고요.
Okay.
범인이었던 지난 날과 다를 바
Let's see.
떠오르는 해가 부끄럽군요.
There. Okay, that's probably gonna be a bad idea. Command meltdown. Oh! Props for managing to get that ego. Not quite sure who it was, but props.
뱃대에서 내려 전장으로. 한 가지 첨언하자면 우리를 위로해줄 필요는
지휘 보조는 제게 맡기세요. 약자비가 도착하기 전에 서두르자고요.
Let's see. If at least one ally other than this unit is alive, activate the following effects upon taking damage that reduce this unit's HP to 0. Full heal HP. Okay. Wait. What is that last part? Accurates before the X does not reduce HP below 1 effects from ideas and ego passives. Okay. By the way, fun little factoid. So the term fascia refers to connective tissue. It's not necessarily ligaments. Those ligaments specifically connects muscles to bone.
sure you got that, buddy.
불가 위야 막아내지 못하리.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. How's she able to move around that quickly in that suit of armor? Actually, not just that quickly, but like that sort of acrobatically, I guess. Okay, what the heck is that? Artwork fascia. If this unit has artwork fascia, use powerful attack this turn. If this unit is hit by an attack skill before use the powerful attack, gain 1 impact rattled armor. Lose 10 final power for every stack. At 3 stacks after using repressed flesh, you lose this effect and become staggered until next turn. Oh! Well, that's gonna be easy to deal with. With that.
동선에 최대한 제압하세요.
Well, that'll be easy to do. Let's see. Deal minus 80%. Oh, wait. That's the wrong one. When hit by attack skills before using the skill, gain 1 impact or idle armor. Once per enemy skill, including ego skills. Does not trigger the effects of Iron Maiden Spike's passive. Cannot be staggered before using the skill. Let's see. Deal plus 10% damage for every 2 bleed on target. Coin power plus 1 for every 4 bleed on target.
날개를 펼치고 발톱을 걸어.
이 빌어먹을 것들! 전부 다 올려라!
아직 유연성은 넌 잘해요.
Might as well have sent a mosquito to attack him.
눈으로만 감상.
여러분, 대기하세요. 지금 공격해선 안 돼요.
What the heck are you doing? Let's see. If this unit is staggered when hit by the last coin of an attacker, activate the following. Deal pierce damage equals by 20% of said damage. Said coin's damage inflict 2 bleed. Damage for this effect cannot stagger the target.
날개를 펼치고 애고 감은 발톱을 걸어. 발사.
Ugh, it's hideous.
어서 와요. 신선한
Oh, welcome, welcome. I've been so absorbed with trimming my ingredients that I was delayed. Hope my Albina has been a most wonderful host to you all in my presence. Well, into all in my absence.
당신
You.
마에스트로님, 친해지는
Yes,
건
Maestro.
거절당했지만
They've denied my
계속
offer of friendship, but I've been trying nonetheless. I see. Oh, it's such a pleasure to meet you all again. This gallery hardly ever sees visitors, so I was at once. Its only audience in Maestro. So tragically, this humble gallery is yet to taste the piquancy of an unbiased critic. Critique. Perhaps you could be my first. I see that this piece here has captured your interest. They were all people who have left with such striking inspirations. Loneliness, anxiety, weakness. Observe these raw facets of suffering, the inevitable state of existence that is most fittingly human. Please direct your attention to this frontmost figure. You'll be impressed to hear how those hands refuse to let go of the partners, even as they place them atop this pedestal. An unbreakable bond that remains unsevered, even as death comes to bear the subject away in its gentle embrace. I find such values utterly noble. It would indeed have been a waste to let that precious little moment slip away, so I endeavored to preserve every second of it, down to the smallest capillaries, muscle tissues, and the quivering thereout. Miss Elisa? Perspective, as a way of transforming art, as the state of one's heart alters the evocative qualities of a piece. So please do take your time as you tour through my gallery. Tell me how it all appears in your eyes. My eyes? I'd rather gouge out my own eyeballs, you murdering bastard! Uh-oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. Prioritizes Corpus Theaters? Huh? Okay. Or that. Okay, so I guess he's gonna use it next turn. When hit by an attack skill before you use the powerful attack, gain 1 plus coin drop and 1 power down. Tibia, the work of the artist's life, completed by breaking his own corpus and pouring his blood to the last drop, in the most literal sense. So, sounds like he's gonna be spamming that skill of his. To offense level down when using a skill. Ooh. On hit with attack skill, if this unit inflicts negative effects and gains beneficial effects, simultaneously heal 4 SP at attack end. See, a form of art that sculpts and exhibits artworks using bones and muscles as the material. Each act of creation incorporates even the tiniest of bone shards into the art's intricately crafted weapon. Let's see, if this unit is staggered, recover from stagger, afterward gain 2 wrath fragility and becomes unable to use installation art number 3, improvised ribcage, until next turn. From stagger to end of this turn. Following the activation of this effect, you equip closing time installation art number 1, your flesh and bones as the gallery seats. And as the gallery's seats on this unit's last skill slot at the end of the turn. So he's at effectively level 63. Let's see, the sinners and units retreat related abilities do not activate. Gain 7 protection if the Ring Apprentice has not retreated from this encounter. The appreciation of artwork in gallery calls for unhurried contemplation. Please remember, impatience dulls the appreciation of art. Probably to check the... Okay. Well, this ain't good. Ah, that's right.
관객의 적극적인 참여 나쁘지 않군요. 혈염도 바로
가름하게 이 훌륭한 탄력. 더 보여줘. 너의 내면을.
전방의 공격이 감지되었습니다. 피할 수 있는 범위가 아니에요. 최대한 힘으로 밀어내야 합니다.
Okay. Oh, I see. Good. Fixed target.
눈으로만 감상하지. 막아내지 못하리. 영감이 떠오르는 대로 모두 가져갈게.
I'm probably gonna end up needing all those K-Corp ampules.
연구자는 이따위 위급품 관심 없네.
호이나임 씨가 잘해주셨네요.
한쌍의 상원군과 24개의 늑골이 차는 티비아의 멜로디.
아우.
관절 균형.
검은 역사보다 맹렬하게. 휘두르기 전에 최대한 제압하세요.
Oh. That explains the flavor text. Will make it lost and wander onto the wrong path, but willful defiance or deviation from the flow are forbidden by it. Great, so Pennywise is in this setting. I thought of a way that might get me out of this alive. See, we'll make it. Okay. Okay, so it gains a plus coin drop. That's what I thought. Oh, unclashable. Okay then.
날개를 펼치고 발톱을 걸어. 반달리 사기라니.
Great. This game freaking lied to me.
관객의 적극적인 참여 나쁘지 않습니다.
비가 오네. 아메스코.
함께 파헤쳐볼까요? 당신에게는 아름다운 연구자는 이따위 위급품에 관심 없네.
호이나임 씨가 잘해주셨네요. 하겠으면 곧 무력화될 거예요.
약속하는 이 생명의 소리를 미안해 하시오.
전방위 공격이 감지되었습니다.
Oh, great.
피할 수 있는 범위가 아니에요. 최대한 힘으로 밀어내야 합니다.
Oh, even better.
당신 짝패는
앞을 밝히세. 후회할 것이 잘 보이도록.
호이나임 씨가 잘해주셨네요. B특급 비상사태 확인. 절차대로 부상자에게 K사 앰프를 투여하죠.
절묘한 관절 균형. 혈색이 좋아. 야 벨로.
Man, I've really been lucking out with the oh, it's unclashable. I'll show you some real art. Well, that ain't right.
불가 위야 나가는지
관객의 적극적인 참여 나쁘지 않군.
영감이 떠오르는 대로 모두 가져갈게.
함께 파헤쳐볼까요? 당신에게는 아름다움.
전방위 공격이 감지되었습니다. 피할 수 있는 범위가 아니에요. 최대한 힘으로 밀어내야 합니다.
Dang.
불가 위
Oh, you gotta be kidding me!
사물
가름하게 이 훌륭한 탄력. 더 보여줘. 너의 내면.
I thought she was defeated.
연구자는 이따위 위급함에 관심 없네.
호이나임 씨가 잘해주셨네요.
한 쌍의 상황골로
노력하실 거예요.
24개의 늑골이 차는 TBI의 멜로디.
절묘한 관절 균형. 혈색이 좋아. 야 벨로.
I don't think so.
이 전투는 승리할 거야.
관객의 적극적인 참여 나쁘지 않군요. 함께 파헤치고 단순히도 아름다운
전방위 공격이 감지되었습니다. 피할 수 있는 범위가 아니에요. 최대한 힘으로 밀어내야 합니다.
Actually, no.
불가 이야 마감이 비가 아메스코
연구자는 이따위 외국품에 관심 없네.
호에나임 씨가 잘해주셨네요. 타겟은 곧 무력화될 거예요.
Okay. Prioritize enemy with the highest level. The skill does not trigger defense skills. Coin power +1 for every 8 bleed on target. Less than 6% HP, deal SP damage instead of HP damage. Man.
날개를 펼치고 해장 시간이 되었습니다. 그럼 안녕.
알리사 씨, 지금 무슨 짓을?
저는 이것보다 더 좋은 방안이 떠오르질 않아요.
Well, this sucks.
저 끔찍한 것들을 태울 수 있다면 기꺼이 능력이면 불필수구로.
알리사 씨, 지금 앞으로 가면
It's Elisa. No, it's not.
도박장죄로 의뢰를 냈다 싶더니 이렇게나 밑장 빼는 놈들이 한가득일 줄이야. 한 달은 의뢰 없이 놀아도 되겠는데요?
Okay, so it's just pre-battle, huh?
한 가지 첨언하자면 위로가 필요한 이때가 이렇게 위험한 여러분도
뭐 제가 평소에 저희 부서에 지고 있는지 확신을 가진
파우스트가 저 역시도 당장 앞으로 그때 파우스트는
상부에서는 이 연구에 특허 대신 휴가를 쉬고 오면 쉬고 온다 비워진 자리엔 그래서 어제 내년 연구 회사 계획이라 미래가 어떻게 되고 싶게도 그럼 나는 이제
그럼
세 번째 요청 안 될 건 없고
늦어서 미안. 원래 계획 제 눈에 거부는 얘기는요. 그러니까 다 너희는 그래서 처음 하지만 다 그래서 우리가 먼저 친해진다는 무엇을 그래서 나한테 그럼 나부터
Okay, so yeah. I probably don't have the time for clearing that level. Or not, there is no trap waiting for you this time, okay. Although alright. I guess kind of stick with having that one there. Alright, so
가시죠. 부르신다면 녹슨 총에 날카롭지 않은
연구자에게
120번 홍로 준비는 끝
독재팀의 협조가 필요한 거지. 미의 출진이로군.
걸맞는 곳이어야 할 거다.
죽음께서
불청객을 맞이할
연구자에게
120번 홍로 연구 보고회인가 아니면 탈출인가
it'll be fine.
사냥감인가? 몸이 끓어오르는 것.
Been there, done that.
이쪽으로.
That's what I thought.
I didn't expect that to work out. I forgot to take that into account. Give me a bit more of an edge there. Yeah. There we go. You gotta be kidding me! Alright then. Damage should be manageable. Okay.
아무것도 남지 마라.
방심해.
There we go. Hmm. How fitting. Ow.
불편하신 점이라도
Red, huh? Okay. Do 15 SP damage, okay. Oh. Yeah, I don't think so.
항상 지켜보고 있었지. 살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라.
Whoa. Freaky looking.
많거든.
There we go.
모처럼 괜찮은 예술을 보나 했더니 벌써 목, 애를 전부 채웠군.
Nice.
방지할 사고도 해야 할 뒤처리도 없나. 돌아가지. Yeah, get that. Whoops. I can take care of the rest of it later. Call it here. Time to raid out. Outside is streaming. But as always, folks, thanks for watching. Peace be with you this day and always. Take care.